T1 pretty happy with what they got, right? They have the Rumble for Doran, a phenomenal pick. This strong skirmish in mid-jungle. They have Jin for Guma. They have Poppy for carrier. I don't think it's the best Game 1 draft we've seen for T1, but the bar was very high for that, right?
The thing to say.
Yeah.
And perhaps it was. As Gumayushi, he's got bullets, Orcs.
He's got 4 of them.
Well, there's one. There's a grenade, 2, 3. And there's the 4th one. Bit of damage onto Lahens. Carrier able to get a whole lot more off as well. The reload does come through. 2 more left in the chamber, and the last one will do it. First blood over to Gumayushi.
But in the end, they end up picking up 3 grubs. So I think Nongshim not too upset about that, but it must feel frustrating for Jiwoo there to have pumped so much damage into those 3 members of T1 and not really get a kill in return. We have a look into the top lane matchup, but it's still going really bad for Kingen.
Where is it? There aren't any Walmarts on the space, Orcs, as it turns out. Doran's also just going to burn Jiwoo down. Yeah, the tick rate actually does look like it was improved somewhat. The flash forward as the barrier comes down, and no flash for Doran means no way out. A little bit overexcited there, but great positioning from Jiwoo. Like an Ocean or a Chemtech, which is not necessarily as coveted, but still some good options available as the Ram is going to come down. Doran just walks in between it. That's the way you do it, by the way. Trade still T1 now with positional advantage over this Herald. He'll be able to make that one work. Calyx with his teleport up though, there is a possibility that there could be a contest, but it looks like it's just not going to come in.
Oh, they're looking for it now.
Okay. Captive audience going to slow up Gideon as he's making his approach. Teleport in from King, and let's see whether the Ornhorn does come down. Bellows Breath to eat the CC out of Faker, but the taunt will still come on through.
TP, you moved in. Raptors maybe.
Well, there is a little bit of a headbutt pulverize onto Faker. Nice double taunt to come on through as he's buying a lot of time. And the problem is, that means the rest of T1 are making their way over. The Unbreakable Will comes down. Nice double pulverize there from Lahens, but the curtains have been called. Flash out from Lahens means that he's just definitely dead. I don't know why we're pressing that button right there, but sometimes you just panic and you need to press F.
T1 away, but you can see there's a lot of vision behind still. That ward over the wall there, so there is information for T1. And they were kind of just waiting for the Galio. Faking out here, they're moving in.
Yeah, Ram comes down, there's the equalizer, but it is going to tag Doran this time. The knock up onto Faker, but he still gets the ult off, and down goes Doran to start this fight off. Now Calyx trying to get himself out, but he will not be able to. Ona with that Crescent Guard is able to lock him down. That is actually going to be feats of strength as well, but Ona still going to fall. Pulverized flashed out of the way of by Gumayushi, but I don't think they're taking a dragon unless Carrier has something to say about it as Faker punches with justice and takes down Jiwoo. Gideon over the top. It should be the kill onto Carrier, and it will be as Gideon does get the Q off. There's not a lot of damage left remaining there, here though for Nongshim, as Gideon does manage to sidestep the curtain as Faker will just punch his way over to this side of the map and should be able to keep himself alive to get in there as Owner is still making his way out of base.
This is big, you know, getting the dragon for Nongshim. I was really concerned about a scenario where T1 picked up that 3rd dragon, and once you have that looming threat of soul, the game becomes so hard to play, especially as Arakan is on the other side of the map. Would just become very hard to protect.
Petals now got a cute little border, and he is actually going to be able to just knock this one down. Demolitionist indeed. Yeah, and they do manage to get that first turret.
That bot tower likely to follow pretty soon as well. Yeah, very fortified without the minions there. They should just be able to pick it up. It was lowered earlier by the Herald, and it will go down. So first turret of the game for T1.
Yep.
And it does make it difficult because Jiwoo obviously loves to have that mid-prio. We've seen him pushing up constantly, but now of much more threat with that tower down, and then immediately just going to start up the Arakan. There's no vision on it specifically, there's vision around it, and no blue trinket available at this moment, but Lahens is moving in.
Yep, walking up does manage to get vision, as they don't actually sweep it out just yet. Still, they're turning on to Carrier. Equalizer comes through, gets a fair bit of work done as Carrier finds the heroic charge. And now the taunt is going to connect. Faker was just waiting for Jiwoo to go over the wall. It's beautifully played. And even though it's a quadra pulverize, it does not matter at all because Kingen and Calyx are 1,000,000 miles away.
Great play there from Carrier, finding the Sivir again with the flash play, and now Calyx is going to do his best to try and force this off. The General comes in. King can just block this though.
Yeah, heroic entrance is going to get Faker in immediately. As the curtain going to be held, but I think it is going to go away. The triple taunt going to come down for Faker as he holds Gideon in position. Steadfast presence continues to do so as he'll burn down. It's a double for Doran, maybe even a triple here as he's just going to obliterate on. Down he goes, Faker grabs that kill, and that's going to be Otacon as well. T1, phenomenal team fight, put themselves in such a good spot.
T1's control around these neutral objectives, their setup, and their just ability to pounce.
And Nongshim do want to deny this if they can, but it is just going to be a massive difficulty as Hex Splash in from Carrier, looking for a possible opportunity, an avenue forward. As Lehens comes over, that is goodbye to the Orianna, but Heva pulverized to connect onto Carrier, and he just goes down. That's a kill over to the Sever as Kingin buys so much space, just wandering off to the side. He is going to die. But a 1-for-1 and a dragon going over to Nongshim probably feels pretty good. Still, T1 have now taken up occupation of Nongshim's side of the map, and it may not be a place that Nongshim can get out of. Heroic entrance, Jiu going to have that spell shield as he flashes. Wind becomes lightning, still connects, but there's the shockwave. The pulverize on top, and Ona will be going down. Jiu's still alive this time, but Doran has found him, and he's got a dangerous flamethrower. Down goes the Sever. There's the ace for T1, and a moment there for Nongshim, and then it was snuffed out. And Ona hits 3,000 assists.
There you go, huge achievement in T1. It looks like the play was going to come in for Nongshim. The shockwave is big, the CC's there, but they hold strong.
Huge cheer from the crowd here, as look at that, still standing, by the way.
Oh man, look at the T-pose. That's Aura right there. He knows.
Absolutely is. He's like, yeah, I might be dead, but do I look dead? No. Yep, and now just flashes on in as well, can deliver a gargoyle. So right in on top, and down goes the jungler. That is just going to be freedom there onto the Baron as Gumayusi was tanking up at said Baron because he was the last one left in the Baron pit, but he'll be absolutely fine. No one's there to contest, and T1, this is their bread and butter. Just take control of the game. They'll take down the Baron here, and they'll look to close this one out.
It feels like every time Carrier has flash, it's just like, well, someone's dying, and it's going to cost you heavily.
Yep. And sometimes he just has Hex Splash, and that's also just as dangerous.
Yep.
Finally get the out of turret bot lane, though.
Yeah, been a while. The hen's fishing on the side.
Oh, T1 not taking the bait, as Lehens will be able to stop Faker from recalling for the moment.
Faker is very strong. I would not,
yeah.
I would not go in on that. For the...
well, Shockwave is going to connect, but Jiu is once again lying on the floor.
Yeah, not ideal for Nongshim.
Yeah, I'm going to say subpar on that one, as Equalizer goes down. Not the most value here for this one, but the Pulverize coming on through there onto Carrier, and Lehens not going to find too much. Nice little searing charge, but the double taunt, and Gideon, he's melting, and there's the Harpoon to finish him off. Lehens gets tagged by the Flame Spitter. The curtains have been called, and I think it is indeed curtains here for Nongshim in this first game. T1 just a little bit too good here today, and have been, honestly, for weeks now.
Feels like even if you have an okay early game, even if some things are going right for you, once you get to the neutral game, once you get to those neutral objectives, the setup in the mid game, you have to do everything right and more to stand a chance. Oh, are they going to look for him?
Yeah, Faker just trying to get his flash on cooldown, and he will effectively do that as T1. I mean, it was closer than it could have otherwise been.
Rapture.
Which actually kind of...
Oh, and Nongshim
it sounds like it's got meaning.
Nongshim have Patzel, which
yeah,
it sounds like
a pretzel?
Like a pretzel, but what variation of a pretzel?
Snowball fights, I don't think.
Okay,
as that was just a cavalcade of errors.
Things are getting goofy right now.
Well, yeah, so Carrier's going to get lit on fire. There's the satchel to bring him back. The flash forward, but it doesn't do anything. Finally, the kill goes down, but it's a huge trade up for Nongshim.
Oh, I get it. Look at the next one.
He's like, he's quite close to them, but it's not quite working out here as the Magical Journey does bring Carrier and Faker in. The Charm's going to go wide, and that Zenith Blade landed. As now no Aftershock and no way to get out of this one, as he does manage to avoid some of the skill shots, but not that last one, as Gumayushi's going to even out the kill score. Still, Jiu looking for a few angles here, finds a satchel and says, get out of my lane, Gumayusi. Yeah, and Gideon's coming over. Guma doesn't have flash. The wall is going to come down, and Carrier, can he defend? No, he can't. As the sidestep doesn't quite work out, Faker is out of the blue stuff, so he's going to have to get out of the lane, and he is going to do so. Oh, no, just go home. Just go home. Just go home. Just go home.
He's so dead.
He is very dead. Well, he does
not dead.
Never mind, he's totally fine. As now in goes Gideon. Mega Inferno Bombs down as well. Massive damage on the Doran. And the flash forward. Gideon just needs one more auto. He'll find it as the Zenith Blade in celebration there from Lehens. Beautiful. You love to see it. That is going to be 2 grubs over to Nongshim as well. Already managing to find the feats of warfare in this game. No one has any tempo vibes. It's just a mess. And maybe that's good for Nongshim.
Maybe. Dragon does get picked up here by T1, but obviously...
Trade for grubs. Yep.
Nongshim, so pretty fine. Jiwoo now has his Ludens, so he can kind of just annihilate waves whenever he wants.
Anyway, I'm glad we had that conversation while a bunch of action was happening around the map, as here's a grand Starfall, and Kumiyushi not going to get hit by a few of the buttons, but the satchel was already put up, and Jiwoo's going to knock it down. Another magical journey in here from Carrier, as Seismic Shove held onto here by Calyx. Man, these sidesteps are looking clean, as he does eventually have to flash.
Maybe if you ask Wolf, just not picked again. He's really not a fan of it. I'm sure he'll talk about it on the space.
Well, Calyx is going to just throw Owner out of his own Cataclysm, but he just gets back in there, and down goes the Talia. Nice collapse from T1.
In that situation. Not really any outplay potential there.
No.
Team tries to kill Calyx, and we're seeing that, you know? Trade play here. Turret's going to go down, though. Power of Ziggs, and that will be feats of strength.
Yeah.
For Nongshim. We saw the stats earlier today. T1 getting, I think it was like 83% of the time.
That is a stat that has gone down as of this game.
Yeah. It did go up with game 1, but obviously gone down a lot with the rare situation where they don't get it.
Exactly. Cool journey. And Doran did want to stick around. Looked a little bit dangerous, but it's another turret mopped up here by Jiwoo, who's playing the Ziggs the way you're supposed to.
That's how you do it. Move him around, get the turrets. Also, notice he didn't satchel the turret there. He saved it.
Oh, look at that. Solar Flare. Perfect sweet spot. Perfect Zenith Blade as well. As Lehens looking to dive on top of Kumiyushi. Last couple of rocks from Calyx are going to get that one done. As Gideon, he's on the Rift Herald, but there is a teleport in to make sure that everyone was safe. King in to keep them all in order. And Nongshim are just pushing a gold advantage.
Yeah, they're being proactive, they're making things happen, they're using the global aspects of the composition really effectively. Yeah, it's also like against the Ziggs, you can set up the ult or put a minefield on top of the stasis, so that can backfire later on.
Lehens and Faker are just fighting. Lehens doesn't have a lot of follow-up, but maybe someone will turn up, as there's a Grand Starfall. Drake is just going to be... Faker does take a fair bit of damage here, as this Ziggs is still pretty dangerous. Still, they will be able to get this turret because no one on T1 is actually in the area. But I don't know whether they're going to be able to get another one, because we've had so many of them over the last couple of days. That's a public execution here onto Faker. Immediately down to 50%, as Kingin has just out of nowhere, even though he's 50 CS down, he's got a lot of value. Seismic Shove just going to be the end of Faker. And now Nongshim finds yet another one. The surprise antics here of Nongshim are catching out T1 as now Doran trying to hop his way out, but another shove! And that Zenith Blade was always gonna hit as Nongshim, yeah, they might lose their Ziggs. I think they're happy to make the trade.
Yeah, Lehens wants to go back and get wards, but he's on a ward. This could be bad.
Yeah. So he's parked, as there's the charm. He was just standing waiting for it. Chains of Corruption does come down, and now Lehens is able to go back. Still, Seismic Shove is just going to be avoided there by Faker. Not enough rocks in the way as Gideon puts up the shield. Teleport in now from the Aurora. The Ambassador actually waiting here as Kingin. Not as quick on the trigger finger, but that is just going to be delivered to death. Jiwoo trying to get himself out of the way, and everyone flashes forward. Still, he gets the bomb down, and Owner will be taken out as Kingin doesn't quite hit the public execution, but now the wall comes in, and Calyx has just blocked off the carries of T1. Gideon dives on forward. He'll very soon have another stun, but he doesn't need it. That's a spiky old shield, and he's able to take down the area. Nongshim set themselves up for an easy Otacon.
Just when it starts to look like it could be a little scary, Jiwoo goes down. Nongshim's so good at turning the play around, cleaning up the targets, and Gideon and Calyx massive in this game. Kerry is fishing. He has smite. There's no way.
Oh, there is absolutely no. Oh my! It went down to 200 health. That was way too close. That was illegal how close that was. Kerry is still going to die. and they will be able to get the Drake. A massive move here for Nongshim.
You know what's the thing? They nerfed Spellbook Smite.
They did.
They actually nerfed Spellbook Smite, so it doesn't do as much. And you know how much they nerfed it by? I believe it was 300.
It was 300.
From 1200 to 900. So
Yep.
if he had old Spellbook Smite...
It was barely in range, actually.
It's kind of similar to when we've had, like, Rel.
Oh, nice sidestep there from Faker. That was slick. I still don't know whether he's going to quite get himself out of there, as the Q damage kind of absurd. There is the Solar Flare just collecting the slow. Still, that is another satchel to blow up this turret. Nongshim just formidable right now.
I mean, this is... Oh, Calyx?
Okay, Calyx is going to be stuck throwing some rocks around here as a seismic shove. Not quite going to work, as now Ona going in, gets on top of Jude. Let's see whether he can actually satchel his way out of it, and the answer is absolutely not. Still Kingin getting amongst it, and in melee range with this Ambessa, you're never having a good time. That's a double kill here for the top laner of Nongshim, and he's not done yet. Another shove! As, man, maybe it wasn't the year of Closer. Maybe it's been the year of Calyx this whole time.
Doran and Faker not even interested. Gonna look mid. Calyx approaching. He does have stasis, by the way.
Another seismic shove, and unfortunately, Doran's not going to be able to escape that way. He does go in between the worlds, but he's just going to leave Faker to die. And, well, he's not. He does come over and offer a couple of buttons, but that may have actually just confirmed his own death as the flash does come out. Mega Cone. But, yeah, we're still going to try and teleport away, but another rock is going to connect. And in the meantime, Nongshim are just taking the Baron. In comes Tube to make sure that that secure is more than comfortable. It's now 19-7. Confidence of this team.
Yeah. Oh, seeing more plays come out. They're looking for Calyx again. He has Zhonya's.
Yeah, so he is going to be surviving. Never mind. T1 are just going to get out of here as Kingin not going to get temperedly fated this time around, but he does publicly execute Ona, or at least he attempts to, as he will be able to escape. Cataclysm now on cooldown, though, and T1 are kind of scrambling at this stage of the game. Faker looking for an angle, but straight into the Solar Flare is Lahens! Oh man, that was beautiful! Gumayushi will be able to finish off Calyx, but Faker is also going to die, and Lahens, rightfully so, takes that kill. Meanwhile, Geo is just destroying turrets in this mid lane, and Nongshim collecting more and more gold. Rebel Baron power play sitting at 2.5k, and I don't think it's going down anytime soon.
The thing with this game is it's not like Nongshim have battled hard and really struggled in this game. They are just styling on one of the moment. Map, see target, kill target, carrier. Not where you want to be.
Yeah, the magical journey is not the one he really wanted there as he gets smoked and destroyed. Down he will go. But of course, he's a bard that needs to get vision out. Not even your birthday. It's kind of insane. As Grand Starfall does come on down, my god, the damage capabilities here of this team is just ludicrous as Calyx is going to make his way in. Gumayushi trying to get the damage down, but it doesn't quite work as Jiu, oh, the fancy feat, but he's still dead. As Doran does manage to at least find the Ziggs, but now they're on the wrong side of the map. Tempered Fate is going to be able to lock up one of these Nexus turrets as the back is trying to come through here as Lahens is on the hunt. Without the Ziggs taking these structures is hard, but the Bard just kind of disappeared, and now there are no more of these turrets left available. King in plenty of damage himself as Doran's back was interrupted by his former support, and Lahens going to hold the Aurora in place while Nongshim get their second game victory in the Legend group.
Can do a pretty good job of keeping this composition at bay. A lot of short-range threats. You know, the Q on Melio is so powerful.
You were trying to make a positive point about Nongshim as well, and already that is like untreaded territory. As Gumayushi trying to catch up to Kingin here, and Kingin is very dead. That is going to be a kill going over to Ona. Faker is also dead in the mid lane though, so that first blood will be answered. Weird trade though. As Guliwal going to trap Gumayushi momentarily, as Carrier once again going for the wraparound. Kingin's used to this one by now, but unfortunately doesn't have much of an answer. There is still an army of ghouls that are in position, and they're not going to quite finish this one off, as now Doran trying to keep himself alive, but he'll actually find the kill under the Trundle. Even if he dies for this, it's still worth it, but he's surviving for so long. And there he is. Kingin is dead. Into position, finds a cheeky little stun, as we're going to see this from Doran's perspective.
I mean, it's just the counter-strike value is so big. You know, they just can't do any damage to him when it's up. Goes for the burst onto Gideon there. And then just the extra resistances from the ult, able to kite it out. Faker comes out of cover.
Man.
Beautifully played.
Gorgeous stayed calm as well.
But,
a bear is going to come on through here as Faker now has to fight Tibbers and Annie, and unfortunately he's going to lose that 2v1.
That didn't look too difficult.
No. Deathrock is going to get eaten there by Carrier. No door required, but Gideon in position. This is going to be a tough one. This is a massive wave. And so Gideon moving forward, tanking this one up as best he can. Gumayushi wanting to hunt him down though, and Jiu is going to be able to pick up the kill. Gets excited, gets out of the way. Carrier still trying to keep them interested here as the Realm Warp to come on forward, and now Jiu, oh, the Flame Kick doesn't connect, and so Jiu is just going to die. Faker delivered that kill on a silver platter. Because Ono was in a really good position there, but Winter's Bite, that was the one that confirmed it. Yeah. As this turret is actually still going. Kind of crazy that it's on its last legs like this.
I think if the stun hadn't connected, at least would have bought more time. They'd have had to commit more.
All right, everyone comes in. Gideon's in position, though, to play defense as the death mark comes down. Jiu is just dead, and you iterated this earlier on. It's going to be really difficult for Jiu to play the game if Owner is fed, and he's fed.
Yeah, he is very fed, and it's already starting to become a problem. The cleanse wasn't available for the Hens, so once that root connects, Jiu just goes down, and your top lane matchup has gone pretty badly. Your AD carry, yes, the Jinx is ahead, but if they just do this to Jinx every single fight, like an Annie isn't enough to solo carry team fights, I'm starting to feel a bit concerned for Nongshim and the composition.
Yep, having a bit of a worrying time as Doran is just going to kill the Maiden brutally. And that wasn't very nice to watch. As now Calyx is making his way up to avenge.
Q, while he goes in for the ult, that can be a big turning point in a fight,
Super Mega Death Rocket does absolutely nothing. That could be problematic here, but the Winter's Bite will be avoided here by Jiu. He's starting to do some damage, but look at this. Yeah, Deathmark, you're dead. And Owner is going to do it again. This is what we were talking about. And the flash forward, he wants another one in this. Wow. The double. Had the shadow prepped and everything. Oh, God. Every time one of these kills comes in, it just makes the game more and more impossible.
Now, on this Jinx, next 5 minutes are going to be hell. I'm just telling you now, Jiu, you're not going to have a good time. Oh. You ain't already having a good time. You're going to have a worse time.
Well, Calyx just walked towards Doran. Super Mega Death Rocket connects onto Owner and does nothing at all. That I'm also getting to. Well, they're going to try. They're going to give it their best. As the bear goes down, Doran does eat a fair bit of that CC, but he is going to die in the end.
Okay.
There he goes. Dash cannon to death here by the Annie. And now we've got the stand beside Braum. Jiu trying to keep himself alive as Owner gets there on top of the Jinx, but the Emilio trying to keep Jiu alive. The culling just barely not able to connect in the barrier, keeping him alive, but somehow the Winter's Bite lands, and Lehens gets the kickback that little bit too late. And he will survive. But once again, I mean, T1 are just sending the message. Your Jinx will always die if we want her to die.
I feel like the byproduct is winning the game, but the actual goal is killing Jiu. And they're doing a very good job at that. Oh, Gideon's looking.
Well, he's just going to walk into 3 people for now. Kingen trying to make his way over, but Gideon is just dead. And the question of what did he mean by this is on everyone's minds, as Kingen is also dead.
I'd say that's maybe like, what, 7% of Carrier's health?
There we go. That's not nothing. As Carrier once again thrown down an ulti, is Gideon going to have to flash. Deathmark comes in, but Owner is trying to get out of there, and the turret shot is going to follow him. So that is a dead Zed. Nice little rhyme. Felt a bit nice to say as well.
Zed's dead, man. Zed's dead.
Yeah. But so that means the Jiu is going to be alive for the next 28 seconds.
And that's the sort of punish we can see.
Gideon is not going to be alive for the next 28 seconds. He is in fact dead.
Brother, please.
For 34 seconds. And maybe Jiu is not, maybe that was a cast curse. Maybe that's my bad. As Lehens trying his best. As well, I wonder whether that one's a Jiu.
Oh, that's such a trap.
Yeah, Faker is going to find the Rune Prison. The culling is going to get eaten here by Gideon. Another great ult. But the Melio value is gigantic. And this time it's the Zed that goes down. And we do have an excited Jiu as well. The zap connects, and now Faker. Can he actually get the AoE? My God, the damage is disgusting, but Guma bites off more than he can chew. And in the meantime, the Yorick is in the bottom lane with the Maiden. Vibes, please, give them to me now.
And they have them in the back. Right now, leaning towards Baron and Anakan both up on the top side.
All right, Carrier going to stand beside. I don't know whether he's exactly the engaged target. There is Doran. He'll find the counter-strike, and all of them are dead. Yeah, T1 gave away their tempo vibes for a few seconds, but said, no, give them back. And there they go. Nongshim just fall apart. I'm glad we had that moment, though.
When in doubt, Doran. It's that simple. When in doubt, Doran. That stun was just magnificent. You know, the game got a little bit goofy, got a little bit messy. He just comes in and cleans up like that. And now King in and hands. I don't think he got it.
They certainly don't. Doran dives in yet again, and they're going to be able to take everything down. These Nexus turrets not going to be long for the world either. As Nongshim was a valiant effort, it was almost a comeback angle, and then it just wasn't. And at 26 minutes, T1 will take down the Nexus.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.